You have to admit it. If you watch them both, you'll admit that NXT 2.0 was far better than Raw. Just admit it to yourself. It's the truth and you know it. Far more entertaining. A better show. Okay, there was one silly moment in the show, childish. But apart from that, this show was far better. I mean, I'm even enjoying the women's roster even more. From the start of the show, you've got Lash Legend against Nikita Lyons. The boat has arrived. And she's doing good things. And she will do. Natalya will help these women improve, get a lot better. She's done it before. She'll do it again. Working with these girls is only going to be a good thing for them and for her. Not much else going on for her in the main roster at the moment. So she's down there doing her thing and improving these girls. And they've got some bright future. They've got some potential there. Nikita Lyons, Lash Legend, both look like stars. Need a bit of improvement in the ring. Natalya can help with that. Cora Jade, yeah. The kids seem to love her. I'm not too fond of the gimmick, but I get why people do like her. And she reminds me of young Bayley. And she can only get better. I'm going to look at this tag team match next week and see what it's saying. Could be good. Could be very good. This match was okay with Nikita Lyons and Lash Legend. They've had a couple of matches now, and this is just improving. Every time I see them, they're getting better and better. That's what you want. Talking about getting better and better, Von Wagner really improved. Big statement tonight, big win over Tony D'Angelo. Yes, Legado del Fantasma gets involved, and that just furthers the story with them and Tony D'Angelo and his crew, his wise guys. But here with Von Wagner and with the mouthpiece of Robert Stone, big things are going to happen for this guy. Remember him. Remember the name Von Wagner, because it's going to places. Trust me. The guy's a specimen. He looks good. Got Robert Stone with him who can talk on the mic, and a lot of people need that. We need those people that can talk on the mic. Managers, lost art. Why don't people want to be like Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jimmy Hart, Jim Cornette? What's happened? It's a lost art and it needs to come back soon. Managers that can talk, that can get under people's skin, make you want to see them get the shit kicked out of them. Very, very sorely missed in professional wrestling today, in my opinion. Some great moments with some great managers over the years. We've got one or two left, Paul Heyman being one. And that's about it. Anyway, we move on. Von Wagner is going to be a star. Let's just leave it at that. Talking about stars, bright futures, Nathan Fraser has arrived. This lad from the UK, very talented, trained by Seth Rollins. So big things are expected from him. And he starts off okay. We see a little bit of a glimpse from him today as Grayson Waller stops his match from happening, gets involved, and just tries to steal his spotlight. I don't know why Andre Chase is now a babyface. His gimmick screams heel. So I don't know what's going on there. We'll have to wait and see. I'm pretty sure he'll turn on Fraser at some point down the road. Name changes, and name changes on this show, ladies and gentlemen. Is it Casey Catanzaro was her name? Not anymore. Pretty much easier to pronounce now. I've got to say, Katana Chase. Got a ring to it, I'll admit. But you just expect us to forget what her name was and just, here you go, here's a new name. Doesn't work like that. The girl's got to go missing for a couple of months or so and then come back looking completely different with a different name. But I suppose we'll just have to leave it here. This is NXT 2.0, so gimmick changes are bound to happen. This is the place where they're created. Then they move to the main roster and we see what happens there. Well, it was a decent women's tag match. Like I'm saying, I'm enjoying this women's division in NXT 2.0. Very talented young ladies. This was a decent tag match against these two dancing chicks. Their names, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce these. Yulissa Leone and Valentina Feroz. They were okay. This was okay. Wasn't a bad match. Nothing to scream about, but they didn't get much wrong. The finisher from Chance and Carter, wow, that was pretty impressive. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Some good skill, athleticism, high flying. What's not to like? Speaking of name changes, we get another one in the women's division, and this one was a bit harder to take because I've seen this girl grow on the indie scene over here in the UK. It was a big name. And then she moved to NXT, WWE, UK, and big name there, won titles. And now we've just got to accept the name change because basically when you come through the doors of the WWE, leave your indie name at the door because it's going to change now because Vince don't want that anymore. So Kaylee Ray will now be known as Alba Fire. Not the best, but we wish her all the best because she is a very talented young lady, and look forward to seeing what she's got in her future. She's doing well in NXT, so I expect big things, titles, and then moving up to the main roster at some point because she is very talented and has more than the right to be up there, considering the other two Scottish girls that are already in the main roster. They're a joke compared to her. It's a joke that those two are on the main roster and she is not. That's what the joke is here. But big things for Alba Fire. Anyway, good luck, Kaylee. Get a 3-on-2 intergender match because Jensen got injured backstage by someone. Someone attacked him. We don't know who. We don't know where. We don't know when. But we'll find out at some point. Anyway, Briggs and Henley go up against Legado del Fantasma. The numbers game catch up on him. Legado del Fantasma get the win. This was an okay match. They told a story. The big guy fought his heart out, but it just wasn't enough. I enjoyed it. It was okay. Decent match. This show was okay so far. Cameron Grimes is on commentary for the next match. To the moon. Guy's entertaining, you've got to admit it. He's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. His character's entertaining. Sooner rather than later, this guy's going up to the main roster. It's going to happen. He's a champ at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I'm enjoying him. Speaking of guys that are going to go to the moon or go to the main roster at some point, Solo Sikoa. The guy is amazing. Another Samoan that's just going to dominate professional wrestling for years and years. Of course, he'll acknowledge his tribal chief. Of course, he will bow down to the tribal chief. Solo Sikoa looking impressive, defeating Trick Williams in a decent match. I enjoyed it. Every time I see Solo Sikoa, I want to see more. Typical Uso splash to finish the match. But what more can you expect? He's Samoan. He is Samoan. The Viking Raiders have arrived in NXT. They're back. And I'm not too surprised, really, because nothing much was going on with them in the main roster. They were treated as a joke. The gimmick was crap. Still is crap, but I'm happy they're back in NXT. Maybe they'll be given a bit more freedom. They dominated the team they faced. Even though the two lads were very impressive, I enjoyed them. They're looking good. They've got bright futures. Edris Enofi and Malik Blade. Big things coming for those two young gentlemen in the years to come, I expect. They look good. They were okay here. They got dominated. Of course they did by the Viking Raiders. It's bound to happen. But yeah, they put up a fight at least. I enjoyed this Wesley vignette, I gotta say. Like, what can he do now? Like, the one person you've really got to feel sorry for after all this Nash Carter stuff is him. Like, he lost his tag team partner. He was stripped of the titles. Like, yeah, anyone you'd expect him just to go crawl in a corner and just cry and just live there. But no, he's going to stand up. He's going to fight. I enjoyed this vignette. I thought it was very well done, and big things are happening for this kid. Very talented. Let's see what he can do on his own. So Tony D did, in fact, introduce us to his two friends, his two wise guys. We've got Troy Two Dimes Donovan and Channing Lorenzo, or as he calls him, Stacks. They didn't look much Italian to me, I will say, but we'll see. They looked a bit goofy and a bit silly. Looked like little boys, really. I expected more, I've got to say. We pretty much knew they were building a faction for him. These two don't look like much. Like, you never know. They might be decent. I don't know much about them. We'll have to wait and see. Hold our judgment back. But so far, from the eye test, it's not looking good so far. Talking about eye tests, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, it's time for Toxic Attraction. Wow. Like, they'll keep you like anyone glued to the TV screen when you see those three walk out. Their entrance, my goodness. Your eyes aren't coming off the screen. Mandy Rose has really improved. It's a decent match against Roxanne. You don't have to put on a red line. Roxanne Perez. Good match, actually. Another good women's match on this show. I think that's like 3 in total. Over 2 hours. That's 3 more than some other shows at the moment. Featuring the women highly on this show and worthily, because they are very talented. They're worth it. And Mandy Rose. She's really good now. Really improved. And why move her away at the moment? She's doing good things here. Give that girl her flowers. But then they go and ruin it all. And then you go and spoil it all by bringing someone out called Wendy Choo. Why? Why did you need to do this? Why is this girl getting involved? Why is she even in the title picture? This was childish crap. Didn't need to happen. No one finds this funny. It was stupid, ridiculous. They had a net falling on Toxic Attraction and then they squirt them with water guns. What am I watching? It's embarrassing. Stop it. It's just crap. Whoever put that in needs shooting. Because the show was good up until this point. That match was good up until this point. And you went and spoiled it all by doing stupid crap. Wendy fucking Choo. Joe Gacy, the dog-faced gremlin, Bron Steiner, or Bron Breakker, whatever you want to call him, finished off the show. Starts with Gacy in the ring. He's talking about how he's going to get the title, basically. He's got all these druids surrounding the ring. I don't know how he nicked them off The Undertaker or how he convinced them to come along, but they're there. And then we hear the music, and it's Rick Steiner. The dog-faced gremlin. We were thinking it's Bron Breakker at first, but no. Rick Steiner comes to the ring telling Gacy, yeah, my son's fit. He's going to be there. He's going to face you at Spring Breaking. What a crap name for an NXT show. Spring Breaking. Breaking Bad. It's going to be bad. But this segment was okay to finish the show. It was a bit silly with the Druids passing the title around. When Bron Breakker came down to the ring, he had to fight off all the Druids, and he managed to do that, but Gacy got the better of him, comes out on top, so the heel keeps his heat, so I'm okay with that. The heel looks strong here. I hope Gacy ain't winning the title. But his character's okay. I don't mind it. It's just they don't need to do any silly shit. Why they need those druids, I don't know. What happened to that big bull fucker? Where is he gone? Yeah. But makes me interested in the match, I suppose. It's better than what they're doing on Raw. That's all I've got to compare it to so far this week. It was better than Raw, the whole show overall. Not so much only one little embarrassing moment rather than 3 hours of it. You don't expect that from the developmental show to be better than the main show. The show that's 3 hours long. The flagship show. It's poor. But NXT 2.0, I enjoy it. I enjoy the fresh faces. I enjoy the fresh matches. And I enjoy the freedom they have to create their characters and develop them and see where they go. The storylines are better. You've got the dog-faced Gremlin, Braun Breaker, Solo Sequoia. There's a lot of talent there. And there's a lot to enjoy about this show. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Wrestling Bants. You know what to do. Smash that like button, smash the share button, and I'll see you next time. Stay lucky. Thanks for watching.